Want to move up one spot. And it's just so ass backwards. But if you get a chance, ladies, you're bored, cue up the press conference. Go listen to Andrew Berry, the general manager of the Browns. A younger executive. Very well spoken. Incredible answers today. We have some sound. I hesitate to play a bunch of it because you're not going to sit here and listen to 90 seconds of Brown's press conference. We might play it. But I want to hear from you about this because here's what bothers me, and it will continue to bother me about your team. I never feel like they are first rate. I never feel like they are the example. I'm always left to watch other people's press conferences, other people's moves, other people's games, and have to look longingly or listen and be left with the feeling of that's what I want. I'm never left with, hey, that's a really nice job here. And if you want to knock the Browns that the Haslams weren't there, that's fine. They're doing a Zoom link. Do I think it's right? No. I think if you're acquiring Deshaun Watson, the owner should be there. Here's the problem. At least half of the league's ownership would do the same thing and not be there. And I think another 25% of the ownership might not talk at all. The Haslams have a Zoom call they're scheduling here in the next 2 hours. I don't know if they had to finish a round of golf. I don't know what. But I just wondered if you vibe with what I'm saying. And again, I don't want to re-adjudicate the Deshaun Watson thing. You didn't go get him. You didn't pick up the phone because you don't have the chops to do it. You don't have the fortitude to do it. You don't have the leadership to do it. And I don't think you have the desire to win to do it. And then even if you do and you decided to actually kind of ride close to the sun, I have never in my life seen the Lions have a day like the Browns had today. Where if you want to say they didn't handle it well, I think you actually have an axe to grind. I actually think you have an agenda. Because me, David, and Kenny, who don't really agree on a whole lot, all agree this is really impressive stuff. And this is a bad organization changing the narrative. Changing what people not only think, but what people are able to say about it. And they were asked every question. What do you say to people who won't root for your team anymore? Why would you make this move? Why do you feel like he's not that guy? And Deshaun Watson got pummeled. And no one protected him. No one shielded him. I didn't hear any waste of time questions from the team website. It was business. And while many of you will argue it's the only way to do business, make no mistake, very few teams line up to do it. So I want to throw the number out, and I just want to have that conversation. And I admit to you, I come to you on a Friday with very little patience. The last couple of weeks have been very difficult as somebody who wants the best for these teams. But between the Correa thing, the Watson thing, just the idea that we continually have to look elsewhere for guidance. It's almost like you grow up in a home where both your parents are jerks, immature, and they're idiots. And your best friend grows up in an ideal home, and you're left looking at their home going, why aren't my mom and dad like that? That's what being a Lion fan is. You're never allowed to feel good about your own house. You're never allowed to feel like the adults are running the four walls of your home. And you always have to look out your window or look down the street for what it's really supposed to be. And hey, if you hate Deshaun Watson or hate the move or hate the money, I'm not here to change your mind. You just may not have an opinion on what I'm saying, and that's fine. But I can tell you as someone who sits here, I'm looking down the road to Cleveland with envy. Because not only did they take a risk, But then they showed up, and it's very hard to have a good day. A tough day, but a good day. And they did it. Everybody wanted to parse every word that General Manager Andrew Berry, new quarterback Deshaun Watson, and head coach Kevin Stefanski had to say. Everyone wanted that soundbite. A way for them to get after it. It wasn't presented. Their answers were detailed. Their answers were oftentimes candid. And I got to be honest, the fact they dodged nothing, the fact that it was, that press conference lasted, God, I don't want to throw a number, but a long time. And I looked at it and went, wow. I could see the Pittsburgh Steelers having a day like that. I could see the New England Patriots having a day like that. And the reason it resonates is the Browns are the AFC version of you. The Browns are the punchline. The Browns are the joke. The Browns are the team that the one thing you can count on is the fact that you can't count on. They are the Lions. And watching them step up and them do something incredibly bold and then deliver on that risk. And I think in many ways have a shockingly competent day today. Yeah, it leaves me with the only feeling the Lions have ever really given me, which is being unsatisfied and wanting more, and just wanting this team to want more for themselves, want more for the fans, and be willing to do what it takes to accomplish that. So I'll throw the number out and we can see where it goes. 248-539-9797. We can bump back with some sound from that press conference. And if you vibe with it, great. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to be able to explain it to you. 97.1.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, unleashes the spirit of Las Vegas with BetMGM rewards. Every time you make a wager, you earn BetMGM rewards points to redeem for online bonus credits like bets, risk-free tokens, and if you are planning a trip to Vegas like me, you can also convert your points into MGM rewards points that you can use towards dining and shows and hotel rooms at over 20 MGM Resorts properties located on the Vegas Strip and nationwide. BetMGM Rewards is sports betting's premier loyalty program featuring exclusive offers, incredible experiences, and valuable perks when you wager on the BetMGM app. Sign up with BetMGM or log on today to get an even bigger piece of the action with BetMGM Rewards. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
The show's over, but the after party is on at General RV. It's your last chance to save thousands with 5 more days of our exclusive RV show prices and discounts. Shop our huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, camper vans, and more. Many RVs are ready for immediate delivery. Don't miss your last chance to bring home your new RV and save thousands during the RV show after party. This Wednesday to Sunday only at General RV in Wixom, Clarkston, Brownstown, and Mount Clemens.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably, so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
Want your biggest possible tax refund this year? Jackson Hewitt and Walmart have an offer you won't want to miss. Your Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro will prepare your federal return for as little as $59 and no more than $179. Tax is done where you shop. Your biggest federal refund guaranteed for no more than $179. Stop by Jackson Hewitt in any participating Walmart store today because this offer won't last. Terms apply.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And
Check it out, Limu. A roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An emo wearing sunglasses!
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At Wendy's, March is madness. With our breakfast baconator, sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, both made with fresh cracked eggs, or even a honey butter chicken biscuit. And we're just getting warmed up. Get 50% off the official breakfast of March Madness when you order through the Wendy's app. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
For a limited time, participating Wendy's via app offer only. Account registration required. No discount applies to taxes or fees. Not valid with any other offer.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
Hi, I'm Doug Manns. What makes us different? It's simple. It's our people. Our experienced and knowledgeable staff will help you with guidance, selection, and delivery for all your home improvement projects. Manns Lumber and Millwork, proudly servicing the building industry and homeowners since 1900.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-339-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Now, text or call the ticket using the same number. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
We'll never fully be able to walk in the shoes of Hello.
Hi, honey.
Hello. Can you hear me? We empathize with that sentiment.
That's Andrew Barry. It's funny too. Like we'll take the commercial break, and it's.
Hello.
That's okay. I'll let you go.
Later, ask yourself, how many owners would be there? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think the Fords would be there to line up and answer questions? Right, because they've been so omnipresent in the last 65 years. Oh, well, he didn't say this. Do me a favor. Why don't we stop for 10? Right, like during the break, I just popped a couple articles, took a peek. I mean, it's such a... Oh, the Browns are saying they don't care. Guys, if you have a moral complex or an expectation that these teams are going to do somehow better, then why don't you stop profiting off of it and get a new job? Besides the most likely dead-end one you're in. Get out of the business. I mean, after all, you wrote about Tyreek Hill, right? Do I have to listen to Dolphins don't care articles because Tyreek's not a great guy? Like, do we have to do the Randy Gregory moral authority? There are a lot of bad people. This is big business. It's so, like, honestly, the people who cover the NFL and sports in general, they just sit back and wait. It's like mad. They fill the article out, waiting, instead of generating a legitimate take, something interesting. I don't claim to have some moral superiority. I know Deshaun Watson might be a bad guy. But, you know what I want? I'll tell you what I want my teams to want to win so bad that they're willing to take the criticisms from the people sitting in their glass houses, and that they're willing to get up and face it and answer it and stare it down and still move forward with it, because the ultimate
assaulted anyone in my life.
Right. And that's wonderful to hear from him. But on the other end, I can say, you know what, though? 22, but my team wants to win.
But David, my point is, like, if you go right now and you type in Deshaun Watson on the Google machine, it's just it's a clown car. Everyone writing the same piece, and it's like, is anyone going to step up and say what's really on people's minds? No, the Browns probably don't care because they're so desperate to win that they are willing to accept things that other teams are. What's wrong with that? Isn't that what we ask our teams to do? It's funny, the same writers who came out and pummeled baseball for the steroid era sat there and turned a blind eye during it. Sat there and wow, look at that home run. It's like, it's the same thing here. They're going to write the article today or have some pithy tweet today. And then week 7, when Deshaun has a 5-touchdown game, they're going to be nowhere to be found. It's a ball. You don't have to like athletes. You don't have to like every move the team makes, but you can talk about it honestly. That teams that are at the bottom of the barrel have to do some things that other teams don't. And if a team's willing to get pummeled, if a team's willing to get raked over the coals because they want to win so badly, yeah, I'm going to say what I feel, which is I wish the team in this town. Because newsflash, no one is playing under the illusion of morality in this league. No one. Only you. Only you.
And that to me, for the fan base, is laughable to me. Because they always talk about what it needs to be done to win. And yet, then they have the opinion, well, we don't want that guy, we don't want this guy. Then you don't want to do everything it takes.
That's it.
You don't want your team to do it. You just said that, so then stop saying it in every other instance.
That's kind of what we do. And look, you can go listen to the Browns press conference yourself. You can listen to it and form your own opinion. Or you can take the opinions of others. I'll just tell you the opinion that's going to be out there today. Oh, the Browns did this wrong. The Browns did that wrong. It's like, okay. You were never really willing to listen to it anyways. The best part is people hammering the Haslams, and it's like, well, A, what percentage of owners would show? Second of all, the Haslams are talking later today. Do I think it's the optimal solution? No. But it's all just such a bore. All this faux outrage. Oh yeah, you're really outraged the Haslams didn't show. All right, do me a favor. Don't cover the TV. Like, the whole idea is, you know, the Haslams are bad people. You know this. You know they've done some things. You can Google it for yourself. Like, why are you surprised? The product's the product. Go ahead, David. Ticket text and I'll get to it.
Forbes don't care about winning, they care about business. It's proper business protocol to avoid the risk. Says, Mike, you are 1,000% right. There has been no member of the Lions organization that has stood behind the microphone and was later described as competent, professional, astute.
Now think about it. Every time we hear Sheila talk, it's a disaster. Dan Campbell, for all the good he started to do towards the end of the year on the field, has been largely a complete embarrassment publicly speaking. And Brad Holmes, not a good speaker. I don't think he's comfortable. That's why he barely does it.
You know you are doing it wrong when the Cleveland Browns are setting the bar, man, in Plymouth. I'm old enough to remember when we thought they'd be embarrassed by Stafford winning the Super Bowl. Crazy period otherwise, you guys. Why are the Lions afraid of a bad press conference? Local media won't grill them as they care more about keeping their access than keeping them accountable. Adam from Wixon.
Yeah, look, I Cleveland media hammered me. And I think largely, overwhelmingly, I sat there listening to the answers, and I thought they were the best answers available. A lot of times, let's face it, you ask questions you know aren't going to get an answer. And then maybe there's a follow-up that you know isn't going to get an answer when you ask it. So don't be mad when you don't get the answer. I mean, I learned those lessons early in my career, and you still make mistakes when you interview people. But, like, overall, there are certain things they're not going to say. I mean, 2 grand juries did not indict me. There are civil settlements, and you're not going to be able to get into some of these. So that's it. Other than that, I was shocked that, honestly, there was a great degree of being candid.
is afraid of any level of risk. We'll get to your phone calls next. We'll get to On the Board, Michigan basketball, top of the hour as well. 97.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. You've heard them. They're unleashing the spirit of Las Vegas with BetMGM rewards. Every time you make a wager at BetMGM, you earn BetMGM rewards points. What you do with them? You redeem them for online bonus credits like free bets. If you're planning a trip to Vegas, you can convert those points into rewards points that you can use towards dining, shows, hotel rooms, all at over 20 MGM resorts located on the Strip and nationwide. BetMGM Rewards, it's sports betting's premier loyalty program. If you're going to bet, you might as well get some bonuses out of it. Features exclusive offers, incredible experiences, and valuable perks. When you wager on the BetMGM app, that's how you get involved. Sign up today with BetMGM or log on and get an even bigger piece of the action with BetMGM Rewards. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and up, Michigan only. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
I am Claire, and I am human. Ambitious, curious, interesting. Flagstar Bank is interested in me because Flagstar is powered by something called the human interest rate. It inspires financial solutions made for me and you. And it's why Flagstar happens to be one of America's best banks according to Forbes. Flagstar Bank, the power of the human interest rate. Learn more at flagstar.com/human. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Northville Lumber is Michigan's largest Trex decking dealer. Builders, remodelers, and homeowners love to buy more Trex decking and railing from Northville Lumber than anywhere else. Northville Lumber has the best products, the best selection, and the best price. Northville Lumber is the place to buy Trex decking and railing, as low as $1.59 per foot. No one can beat that price. Professional builders and remodelers, no need for special orders. Northville Lumber always keeps it in stock. Call Northville Lumber now at 248-349-0220 or visit northvillelumber.com.
Attention, Metro Detroit Dodge Ram. Sponsor Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge and Warren. Suspect. Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram and Warren has brand new Rams in stock and ready to go. You can lease the well-equipped new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for only $208 per month for only 24 months. That's right. Lease the Ram Bighorn 4x4 for only $208 per month. Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge has Metro Detroit's largest selection of Ram inventory. Or lease a new 2022 Dodge Charger GT for only $338 per month.
From Mom.
Dodge Charger for only $338 per month lease. Purchase for only $26.99. There's only one place to go for the best selection, price, and sales experience. It's Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram. Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge wants your trade-in, and we pay big money in cash. Up in your pocket. These deals are only available at Kellyanna's Van Dyke Dodge. Located on Van Dyke Avenue, just off of 696 in Warren, or VanDykeDodge.com. Replacement of the Floyd Chrysler Employee Discount Decision on the $29.95 to resigning. Only makes to be your top-tier credit and full card.
Okay, so we got the chorizo dumplings, the cucumber empanada.
Sarah's food truck is popping off.
Come on, guys, let's pick it up, all right?
But if she doesn't find a new chef, her truck will be stuck.
Calling for this morning. So, Jessica, I'm gonna need you on the fryer.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. InstaMatch instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You may be into
I'm texting her right now.
Or classic
Said can't. It's too early to quit. It's only after 2 o'clock overtime today.
country.
That's good.
Or techno country. But no matter what kind of music you listen to, here's something else you should hear. Please consider getting vaccinated. Talk to your pharmacist today about Comirnaty, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA. This message brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
Hi, Harry Lance from Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Let our award-winning staff help you save money.
Yeah, I was just texting with Mom. That's all.
Powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. NMLS ID number 2289, equal housing lender.
Because I know you were just paying attention.
Download it today on the Odyssey app.
We also do feel good about the work that we did as we vetted this transaction. We do have confidence and faith in Deshaun as a person, and
Football Talk, just outlining these scenarios here, and it's fascinating. So here's your prediction on this. If Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns do what's right to get Deshaun on the field, the same media that's pummeling, predictably, it didn't matter. If he ever played again, you knew these people were lying in wait with their articles. Even though these are the same people that probably wrote amazing things about Ben Roethlisberger, who at one point was facing rape charges in Nevada, charges in Georgia, and got a 6-game suspension from the league. The point is, Mike Florio writes this. They could put him on the commissioner exempt list until the 22 civil cases are dealt with. The reality is it behooves him to settle them. But see, by doing that, he's going to open the window to the media pummeling him further. Oh, why are you settling? But see, then it's the average person has no understanding why the wealthy settle a lot of these cases. And in this case, it's so he and the team, who's making $250 million investment, can move forward. But Deshaun Watson's camp to this point, they want to fight the cases. And he went up there today with a fighting mentality, saying, I didn't do these things. I didn't do what I've been accused of. So it's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out. All right, we'll get to the people, see what they've got to say. Big Vern is going to lead us off today. Vernon, how are you, bud?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Vern. Nice to hear from you.
You too, man. So I believe that the attitude of our teams is almost a reflection on the fan base, and I'll say that because of the heat or lack of that we place on our teams for mediocrity. You know, you always talk about
so you can see better.
And the fan base that are relentless, like New York, Philly, you know, places with real sports teams. And, you know, those organizations are usually pressured by fan reaction, and, you know, we demand victory. You know, I listened to a guy call in to you guys the other day who was almost like legit upset with you that you critiqued one of the moves that the Lions were possibly making, and he was like, how dare, you know, like, how dare you talk about the Lions? Like, we're building for the future. Why would we go and get Deshaun Watson? And you stated something like, you know, I'm tired of, we'll handle it next year. Mike, we've been handling stuff next year with the Lions and our teams for almost 60 years. You know, last time, like, the only, like, I can think of, like, what was big to me was when they were able to trade Prince Fielder away. I'm like, man, that's the awesomest move ever. But when in the last 20, 30 some odd years can you name these shrewd moves and things that our sport teams have made, man? We have generation upon generation of Lions slappies that will never put heat enough on the ownership. Because when I'm downtown, I'm seeing them walking into Ford Field by the droves with the jerseys on, with the hats on. This is the last time the Lions have been successful is when my father was a child.
And Vern, let me be clear about something. When I gave the Browns credit, it's for being willing to take a risk, being willing to get criticized, being willing to stand up there, and guess what? Being willing to admit that they want to win so bad that they're willing to do all the things I listed. Nowhere, like, I don't understand how the media approaches this, where now we're playing in the integrity conference.
Said Zadie is still pretty sick.
We're now in the morality division. There is no morality. There is no integrity. It's a myth in professional sports. You either want to do what it takes or you don't. And the Lions clearly don't.
And you know what I like in the Lions, too? Where we're at right now is Michigan football. I legit spoke to a Michigan slappy who made a statement saying that Michigan players have to take harder classes than the ones at Ohio State.
Okay.
And that was on his crutch of, we have a higher standard at Michigan. Listen.
And didn't Rashawn Gary get like a 5 on his Wonderlic? I mean, come on. What are we doing?
And also, you know, we're at Michigan when we let players drive around drunk in people's cars and, you know, we blindside don't look at that stuff. At this point, 20-some-odd years of mediocrity, John Harbaugh's nonsense, let's take kids that can't even read. Let's go full on Florida Gators. Hey, throw on a couple felonies and whatnot and misdemeanors.
No, I'm with you.
Tired of it.
Vern, and look, by the way, I mean, they had a hell of a good year this year, but your point is taken. You're right. But no one cares about your superiority complex. Nobody. You either do what it takes to win or you don't. You don't get points thinking you're better than people or taking the easy way out. I'm not sitting here telling you the Haslams are good people. I'm not sitting here telling you that the Browns deserve some community award. What I'm telling you is they deserve credit for standing up there and doing what the Lions never do. Taking a big risk, getting pounded with questions, and I think answering them as direct as they could. And I don't think anyone embarrassed themselves up there. I think that's a popular narrative that'll be written because it's the easy thing to write. No, I think Andrew Berry actually did a really good job, all things considered. I think Deshaun Watson did a good job where a lot of players would never, ever speak remotely candidly. I thought he went pretty far today. And again, we're left sitting here and going, we know our team is never going to do, forget about the specific player, they're never going to make moves like it. Let's go over to Mike. He's in Waterford. He's up next. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike. I want to push back on this a little bit, but I'm not being disrespectful about it. I just feel like I thought the price was too high for Watson, and I feel like, once Hopkins left, how good was Deshaun Watson? Did the team win when they didn't have Hopkins? I mean, I don't think this guy's going to turn it. There's nothing that says he's going to turn around either. I'm not mad for the Lions not taking it. 31 other teams did. Indianapolis really, was a ready-to-make team. You didn't see them doing it, and they actually had the pieces to put him with, to win. So they went down Matt Ryan for him. You know what I mean? So I think they're being a little hard on the Lions. Your point's well taken about them. They don't really take a lot of chances. But that's a lot of money, and 3 first-round draft picks is a hefty price for him. And the Lions have a lot more holes than just quarterback. And what would you do with Jared Goff's contract when you had Watson? You could say the Texans want to have Jared Goff's contract. You have 2 quarterbacks making a lot of money. You know what I mean?
All right. Deshaun Watson if you don't want it.
How dare you?
It's the
What
principle.
did she say?
It's the idea that in their history, it's why you end up with Terry Fair and not Randy Moss. It's the issue of why you never are aggressive. It's the issue of being afraid of the hard days, the days where the Browns are going to... Brown stepped to the plate in a way.
What? Trying to get this so you could hear the GPS. Yeah, see if we could get that to work. West McNichols.
From the company in the team in 1998, and they buried him in the ground because of arrogance.
I thought it was, but
and I ended up canceling my season tickets at that point. It's nothing but arrogance with the Ford family. They're above everybody else, and they don't care about the fan. And if you can't see that, then you're blind to the fact.
And look, understand something. I want to make it clear as we finish this out, Mikey. I ain't telling you the Browns are winning some community service award. Bottom line is, the Haslams aren't any great shakes either. But they want to win.